Okay, I want to start with in my mind, the biggest Trump story from yesterday. This blind trust, because we've spoken to you all about how he's handling his money, how he's handling all of these businesses, because they present a pretty serious conflict with the fact that he's, the leader of the free world.
Right.
And so we had this trust in place.
Yeah.
How's that holding up?
Well, okay, first of all, the blind trust has a great ophthalmologist because first of all, the context of this whole thing is Donald Trump said, let me hold this press conference to offer this plan to deal with my conflicts of interest, all the businesses I own here and abroad. And it was just entirely inadequate. Instead of divesting, selling all of his businesses like ethics experts, the Office of Government Ethics suggested, he maintains an ownership stake. Instead of creating a blind trust, his sons are running it. So, and in the past couple months, you've just seen sort of it's impossible to show where Trump the businessman ends and Trump the president starts. He's at his businesses every weekend. He's using his Twitter account to bully companies when they drop his daughter's line. There's the story about the Chinese trademarks being approved within days of Trump saying, oh, actually, I still support the one China policy, right? So it's really impossible to know. And so then yesterday we saw this story from ProPublica that... Oh,
you mean the left-wing rag?
Yeah, no, that was also crazy. Literally nobody can attack ProPublica unless you know nothing about ProPublica. If you had seen any of their coverage on the Obama administration and housing and all of that stuff. And so they report that a change made to Donald Trump's trust was that he can withdraw money from it at any time, which can really give him a sense of how profitable it's being. And also, for me, it says two things. One, he doesn't have enough money to cover his expenses, right? If because he sort of boxed himself in by saying he's going to donate his salary. So now he has to go into the trust every once in a while and pull some cash out to pay if he ever does something that's not related to one of his own businesses.
That sort of defeats the whole purpose of this. If I'm
absolutely
reading this
right.
And
this comes just like a week after Eric Trump said. Eric is my favorite Trump because he is sort of an idiot, and so
first of all, I think that all of the Trump kids, I think Ivanka is smart but kind of evil, but I think the Trump boys, I think, are just dummies.
Oh yeah,
just dummies. And I also don't want to get personal about it, but Eric Trump, his entire body is the same color, like his hair, his eyebrows, his lips, his face, the whole thing is all just like one color, right? Just like off-white.
Yeah. So he said,
I mean?
yeah, it's really something. I'll leave the style and looks to you, Peter. But
I'm very catty that way. I'm not above that.
But he said in an interview, "Oh yeah, I'm totally giving my dad updates on how the business is doing," which defeats the entire purpose. Right?
It's so in the face.
And it defeats the entire purpose of the trust because Donald Trump said, I will be isolated from the business. I will know nothing about how it works. But if he's getting quarterly reports from his son, he knows how it works. He knows if the executive order gutting a clean water rule that benefits golf courses, whether that's working to benefit his golf course, and then he's going to be able to take the money out, which also, if he has more money to take out, means his company is more profitable. So he knows how it's doing.
Okay. All right. So this was the whole fear.
Yeah.
Right? When he came into office. We talked about this before he even came into office. This is something that could be very, very bad and also just highly unethical.
Right.
So he put on this big show and made it look like everything was going to be on the up, and here we are, just over 2 months into his presidency, and it's like, that wasn't working out. We're gonna
absolutely. We actually we put this report together 2 weeks ago with Public Citizen, looking at all the promises.
The left wing rag.
Yeah, looking at all the promises he made on his conflicts as well as the lobbying executive order, and he has broken all of them. I am not going to profit out of the presidency. He's at his places every weekend. I'm going to divest. I'm going to have a blind trust. He doesn't have a blind trust. They're not going to pursue new foreign deals. There are any number of new foreign deals the Trump organization is pursuing. And the thing is, it raises these important questions about who is he working for. You know, the State Department last week approved the sale of some F-16s to Bahrain. The Obama administration wouldn't do that unless Bahrain cleaned up its human rights record. You know who has recently had or scheduled events at the Trump Hotel? The government of Bahrain. And so while you don't know if one of those things leads to the other, it raises that important question.
I have an idea.
Right, and it creates this cloud of corruption over the entire administration. So why, which impacts not only our standing in the world, but Americans' faith and their democratic institutions.